Have you ever wondered what it truly means to live a Christ-centered life? Today, we begin our journey into the heart of the book of Colossians, penned by none other than the Apostle Paul. With a timeless message that resonates across the centuries, Colossians stands as a beacon, illuminating the path to a life dedicated to Christ. The book, written during Paul's imprisonment in Rome, emphasizes the supremacy of Christ and the grace of his redemptive power. It is a call to action, urging us to seek spiritual maturity, to set our hearts and minds on things above, and to clothe ourselves in the virtues of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. But what makes this book so relevant today? It's the universality of its message, the promise of freedom through Christ, transcending time and cultural boundaries. To truly grasp the depth of Colossians, we need to delve into its chapters and uncover the hidden gems within. Chapter 1 of Colossians, a powerful beginning, but what does it all mean? Let's delve deeper. This first chapter is a vibrant tapestry interwoven with themes of faith, love, and hope. It's here we're introduced to the concept of Christ's supremacy, not just within the church, but spanning the entire universe. A lofty notion indeed, but one that is central to the text. This chapter isn't just about grand cosmic ideas, though. It also explores the significance of these themes in our everyday lives. It paints a picture of a faith that is alive and active, a love that is selfless and enduring, and a hope that is steadfast and unchanging. The chapter presents these themes as pillars upon which the rest of the book stands, and so, as we can see, the first chapter sets the tone for the rest of the book, laying a foundation of faith and supremacy of Christ. Moving forward, what do chapters 2 and 3 of Colossians teach us? Chapter 2 of Colossians presents a stern caution against false teachings that threaten to sway us from the truth. It's a reminder to stand firm, to build our lives on the rock-solid foundation of Christ. This chapter implores us to delve deeper into understanding Christ, to be rooted in Him, and to let our faith blossom from this profound understanding. It's a call to be wary of hollow philosophies that deceive with human tradition and elemental forces, rather than divine wisdom. This chapter underscores the supremacy of Christ, showing us that in Him dwell all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. It's in this knowledge of Christ that we find our stronghold against deceit. We are urged to remain vigilant, to not lose sight of the prize, and to continue living in Christ just as we have received Him, with joy, faith, and thanksgiving. As we transition into chapter 3, the focus shifts to living a new life in Christ. This chapter encourages us to shed our old self, the one burdened with earthly desires, and to clothe ourselves in a new self, renewed in the image of its Creator. This is not merely a call for change, but a transformation, a metamorphosis to reflect the nature of Christ within us. The chapter further emphasizes the virtues of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. It's a guide to living in harmony, forgiving one another, and above all, weaving love into our lives, for love binds everything together in perfect harmony. It's a call to let the peace of Christ rule in our hearts, and to express gratitude at all times. The message is clear. We are to set our minds on things above, not on earthly things, and to let the word of Christ dwell in us richly. These chapters remind us of the importance of grounding our lives in Christ and living according to His teachings. With this understanding, we are better equipped to navigate our spiritual journey, standing firm in our faith and embracing the new life in Christ. In the final chapter of Colossians, what message does Apostle Paul leave us with? We find ourselves immersed in the 4th chapter of Colossians, where Apostle Paul imparts his wisdom on the art of Christian living. His teachings, though ancient, still resonate profoundly in our modern world. This chapter is a call to action, an invitation to engage in prayer with a sense of gratitude and openness. Paul also emphasizes the importance of wisdom in our actions, to navigate life with a discerning heart, and to seize every opportunity presented before us. Perhaps one of the most poignant lessons here is the call to gracious speech, the kind that is seasoned with salt, as Paul describes it. It serves as a reminder that our words, like our actions, should be a reflection of Christ in us. They should foster unity, spread love, and inspire hope. The final chapter leaves us with practical steps to live out our faith, emphasizing the idea that our speech and actions should reflect Christ in us. Having journeyed through Colossians, what are the key takeaways? Let's take a step back and reflect on the central themes that have emerged. Firstly, the supremacy of Christ is a recurring theme, highlighting the power and authority of Jesus as the Son of God. Secondly, we've explored the concept of living a Christ-centered life, a life that places Christ at its core and allows his teachings to guide our actions. We've also delved into the warnings against false teachings, a reminder to remain steadfast in our faith and not be swayed by misleading doctrines. Additionally, we've examined the virtues that Colossians encourages us to embrace, virtues such as humility, patience, and forgiveness. Lastly, practical Christian living is a key focus, urging us to apply our faith in our day-to-day lives, in our interactions with others, in our work, and in our relationships. Remember, Colossians invites us to live a life centered on Christ, grounded in faith and guided by love and wisdom.